Hello, podcast creators. So I am coming to you because I have decided that I am going to try to put some fabric on a tumbler. So I wanted to record it while I was trying in case it turned out good. And if it didn't, maybe I'll still show it to you because I'll show y'all mistakes. I don't care. So the first thing that I am going to do is put some glitter around this bottom portion of my tumbler, and then I'm gonna come back and put the fabric, which this is the fabric right here. So this has been sitting around for a while, so I just want to see if I can do something with it, and it's a little thick, so I'm trying to figure out if this is gonna really work. So anyways, so thank you for joining me. Normally I do some kind of intro, but that is it for today. So there's your intro. So please like, subscribe, hit that bell. And now that I've said all of that, and because I'm doing the cup tumblers, I'm going to have all kinds of links to other cup turner videos. But right now we're going to get started. All right, so as I said, the first step that I'm going to attempt will be, I've already just taped off enough of the tumbler just because I want that everything below that line with glitter on it. So it's going to be the bottom, and then around these edges I'm just using a little bit of Mod Podge. This glitter right here, which I got from Target in one of their, I think it's like a 16, no, it is a 24 pack. So I'm going to use that around the bottom because it matches with that pink in there really good. So that is the first step. So that's a lot of glue. I'm just going to take the Mod Podge all the way around. I don't have any clumps of glitter anywhere. So I'm just going to go across this whole top. And I should probably have a football or something to spin this around, but because I'm not doing anything to the top right now, I'm just thinking this is okay. So, like I said, I'll put another coat on it in a few minutes. I'll give this a chance to dry. So that is the start. All right, so after the first coat of glitter, the next coat of glitter has to go on. As I said, I did 2 coats of glitter. So I let that one completely dry, Mod Podged it again, let it dry again. As you can see here, I'm kind of going to go through these steps quickly. I put Mod Podge over this whole cup, and I clumped it on the first time, then I smoothed it out, as you can see here, where it looks nice and smooth on there. At first, I tried to put the fabric lined up against the glitter. I didn't account for, as you turn for it, the fabric would shift and it's not going to stay straight. So you'll see here in a second the fabric gets longer on the end, and that's because I had to take it off and redo it. And you kind of have to work quickly with this because the Mod Podge is, can start to cure. So from there, I just pulled the fabric tight around, making sure I smoothed it out as I was going, I was smoothing. I didn't just like lay it across the whole thing. I went, you know, inch by inch, half an inch by half an inch, just smoothing it as I went to make sure there was no creases, no bumps, none of that. I wanted to make sure that the coverage was as smooth as possible. And this fabric is kind of like a thin corduroy. So it had ridges in it already. So I just wanted to make sure everything was together and flat as possible. So from there, as I got to the end to where the 2 pieces of fabric met, I saw this technique on someone's video, and I apologize, I don't remember whose it was. But they use this technique. Actually, two different people use this technique, and one of them they used the tape just so that they could have the straight line. The other one just cut a straight line so that that bottom piece, the two pieces of fabric, would meet evenly. I did have a little bit of overlap. As you can see, I'm putting on more Mod Podge just so that I can lay down that little piece of overlap, which look fine on my cup. You'll see the two different sides in the picture at the end of this video. So as you can see, I'm still pulling tightly. See how tightly I'm pulling? I'm just rubbing that down as tightly as possible. From here, I started to cut off some of the excess, especially down there where the glitter was. And as you can see, I found my little sewing rotary tool because it fit in that groove of the cup really well. So I was able to just roll that around the whole cup and take off all the pieces that I didn't want where I wanted the glitter to show. So that worked out really well using that tool. Trying to use scissors was a little bit more difficult, but once I got that, it was fine. I apologize, you can hardly see this, but I cut off a major portion of the top fabric, as you can see right there. And then I had to use more Mod Podge, and I took a smaller pair of sharp scissors, laid them across the top. But before I did that, I did, like I said, put one more coat of Mod Podge on the top just so that I can make sure that fabric was adhered to the cup. Again, I would be careful with not doing a lot of Mod Podge on this part of the process because you don't want that Mod Podge to then leave spots on your fabric where you will have that'll show later on. So here is what I was talking about with the scissors. See how I'm just laying them on top of the cup, and I was able to trim it really well. Looks really professional. So after I trimmed it all, again, I used more Mod Podge because I need to make sure everything stayed in place, and it needed to be trimmed because it does have the top that needed to go in there, so it couldn't like hang over inside of the cup because then it would mess up the fitting of the top. So as you can see, I'm just using my fingers just to Mod Podge it one more time to give it again a good coat of glue so that it could stick to the cup the way I need it to. From here, I mixed my epoxy. I do use amazing clear cast epoxy. I did 12 and a half for both sides A and sides B. And then I was able to, of course, mix that, getting out all of the big bubbles. And then this, as you can see, my shirt, I'm on a different day. So I let that not the epoxy, I let the Mod Podge dry. And the next day I came back and put a coat of epoxy on. Okay, so this is what you need to know. I put 2 coats of Mod Podge on, 2 coats of glitter on, and when I say 2 coats of Mod Podge, that's one underneath and one above. So don't put too much Mod Podge on there. And then I did 2 coats of epoxy, and that was really just because the material is ribbed. So you had all those grooves that I needed to make sure were covered. So like I said, I laid that epoxy down with using the finger method, making sure it was smooth all the way. And that's pretty much it. The cup turned out really, really well. Like I said, 2 coats of everything, and you should be fine with doing this. If you have any questions, if you want to know how I did something and I didn't show it well enough, please by all means leave a comment. Please look at the other videos that I've attached to this. And like I said, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate all of you who take time to watch my videos. I am So excited to be a part of your free time where you allow me to come into your home. So thank you, thank you, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all the next time.